Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We're playing Green Cities and I have hooked up the rail. So if we see, there was a little bit of a section here that was missing which I couldn't quite see. There we go, train shooting across the river to the other side where we've hooked it up on this side and into town over here. How many people? 96, 99 people waiting. So that is going to be a heavy utilized railway station. This line, as it stands, has two trains operating on it. So one there, one there. And I am pretty sure we are going to need more on it. Okay, so there it is, halfway through the journey. How many people? 163 of 240. Okay, so it's not even full. Okay, that's fine. How many on this one? 17 only. So this is getting a little bit busier. Let's see how many waiting over here. 57. How many waiting over here? Oh, very low amounts over there. So that's a very minor station. And then it runs across there and into the train station. How many waiting over here? Train line 3. There's some kind of train line somewhere. 34 people. So I think all in all, that is going to look pretty good. I wanted to sort out this section of power a little bit over here. So let me grab a piece and see how am I going to connect the, because the power is all generated on that side. So yeah, really it should be. We should just be running it alongside this road over here, right? Like that. Now let's get rid of all of these things that's gonna clogging the system up here. Perfect. There we go. Okay, now what I want to do in this episode is actually fill out the rest of this. So that's a bit of a wavy look going on over there. I want to fill out a bit of a section over here. So what I'll do as a starting point, I want to create a road section and I want to make sure that we space it something like this. Yeah, there we go. So that's proper spacing, right? That's probably a little bit, we can actually get buildings in there, so that's fine. So that's a bit of a more proper spacing that we're doing over here. And now the question that I have, no, I'm not going to bridge it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run it alongside. So maybe something like that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And what we'll need to do at some point, we'll have to do a bit of a section. So I'll do that. That's a starting point. We will have to do, in some locations, probably some kind of a crossing. And I am kind of wondering whether we can do that right here. I'm not sure it'll allow. Oh, it does allow. Perfect. So doing a bit of a crossing at the station from a real kind of operations point of view is least problematic, because you only have to allow people to cross this when there is when the train is arriving or departing from the station. So that's what we basically do over there. What I want to do on this side now is I want to pop in a service road arrangement for us to hook up to on this side. So let's grab that. So I'm gonna pause the game just for a little bit, and I'm gonna take out a few pieces like that. I'm gonna grab my standard service road arrangement. So we've got 3, 2 and 1. Do we have 4? Oh, we do. We have 4 and 1. Yeah, that's what we want. I want 4 and 1. And I want to do it something like, say, that. How does that look? It's okay. We can clean that up as we need to. And what I'll do now is we need to grab the 3-liner and kind of no, that's not what I wanted to do. Pull that back, give me this tool, grab the 3 lanes and somehow tie that together. Right, something like that should do for now. So now what I have here is I'll do a short little section like that, okay, just so that it gets a little bit of room. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the 1x2, which I have over here, the 1x2, like so, and I will run a little bit of a 2 just for a bit, okay, just saying that's a bit more speedy over there. And now what I'll do is, now that I'm actually, now we should probably maintain this actually. So let me, so now that I've got that, let's actually grab the normal one way. Okay, so what is this one way? Small one-way road with bicycle lanes. Now I need 2 lanes at least, so give me, yeah, just give me something like that. Is there any other one-ways here? No, let's just do that one. Okay, standard one way. And I would like to kind of stick it along that section like so. Perfect. So that gives me this operation. So now what we can do is we'll grab the normal road out here somewhere and we'll run that in there, and we'll need to tie these in, maybe something like that. I think that's probably a good way of doing it. We'll see what we can do over here. Okay, so what we can do is at a few intervals we just kind of grab a piece of road like that. I want to do that's the one, the kind of boulevard divided thing, one lane roads there. 2-way, grab the one way, and we'll go back to this. I just don't want to, okay, so just give me a little bit more so I can get like one more road off of that. Okay, and yeah, I want this one over here. Okay, so there are our roads off of our service road. Now I need to look into tying this service road back quickly, so that we can make use of whatever interchange this is. And we might include a braid in here because it's getting fairly close. But for now, let's tie it back. So let's do something like that. And now let's see, how will we tie this back? We will go with our assets again, and now we'll go from 2 down to 1. Okay, turn it like that. That should be fine. And and again with the assets, grab me my assets, give me the 4x3. Yeah, that's the one. Oh no, 3x4. Ooh. So if we do a little something like this over here. Alternatively, do we have, yeah, that's an interesting one. Let's do this. Let's go it into 4. Yeah, absolutely. We can do it into 4, and then what we'll do is after that we'll have a section of 4 lane before we do the 4x1 again for the other one. Okay, cool. Now let's see. Can we just go to highways, grab this one here. This is going to look a little bit funny, so what I'll have to do is I'll have to, yeah, it's not going to work. Anyway, okay, I'll have to straighten that up. So let's do that. Let's straighten that up. Yeah, something like this. There we go. Nice and cleaned up, I imagine. Yeah, that's fine. That's going to be fine. Okay, so now let's grab the 3 lane. We'll hook it up over there. We grab the 4 lane. Actually, let's just take out a fair bit of this. Bring back the assets again, 4 into 3 and 1. And what I'll do is I will align that somewhere like this. Perfect. Give me my 1 lane again, so we'll connect that up. Yeah, that's okay. And we hook up the 3s. I'm gonna redo this interchange at some point in the future. Okay, there we go. I think that's okay. Grab, move it just a tad over here, and I just want to kind of see if I can't move that just a little. Just a little to make it look a little bit more realistic, and that is fine. Okay, so there we go. So now we've added a service road over here to some extent. So now that provides access to this region over here. We can't get it all the way up there, but what we'll do is we'll see about getting a tie off on this side too. Okay, so now we need to get the rest of this layout done. So as a first instance, I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab this one, and I am going to tie it in here like so. There we go. Yeah, that works pretty well. And then I'm kind of wondering whether we run it in those directions, because we've got to feed this area over here. I am thinking that's probably the most appropriate way of doing it. So let's claw back that one by one. And what I'll do is I'll do like that and like that. And then we'll run this up a little bit to there. Can't get it too close, because if we redo that as a big interchange, that's be an issue. Okay, so this one, what I want to do is I want to turn... Actually, I just want to make it go straight for another one like that, and then what we'll do is we will turn like that, and we'll run the same thing over here. Perfect, there we go. And now we've got it diverging a little bit, and I must say I don't think that's a problem. I really don't think that's a problem. So let's connect these up in a few locations. Shall we do it straight, or shall we give it a little bit of a curve in there? Let's see about that. Yeah, how does that work? That looks okay. So let's do another something like that. There we go. So now we've got a fairly sizable blocks in here. Now we just need to find a way of actually sorting out, getting an internal layout. So what I'm going to do with this one as a starting point is I'm going to do just a little bit of a dead end arrangement in there. This one, on the other hand, what we can do is we can run something like that. Yeah, that's good. And something like this. Oh, that's going to be pretty decent. This will only really work if we if we have this is kind of more like a residential kind of neighborhood. So I'm not sure if this is going to be a great way of connecting, but let's see if that works. It's interesting at least. So yeah, I think we can connect this up through there. Might get a little bit busy. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, so that's giving us a bit of a layout in there. Okay, if we do something like that and like that, and then if we do an arrangement like, where can we... Okay, if I run it like this, I'm getting a pretty decent layout in there. So if I do something like that, and then we just tie these together like so, we can even connect this up there Okay, run it a little bit more there so we get as much as we can. I don't know, that's not necessarily required to fill that space up. This space is also fine. Now this area over here, I want to, if I run that and I then run like that and like that, yeah, that's going to be an interesting piece. Bit of a grid section in there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Let's link up some water and then get some residential in there. So let's link up some water through there and through there. Run it alongside there and straight through here. Probably we're gonna need to run it in there and then maybe connect it up over here and have a little section in there. A little bit of there, and we'll run it up here and through there and actually alongside here. Perfect. So that's going to be our first piece of water layout right in there. Okay, so now we need to make sure that I'm kind of thinking this area over here will be a good spot to add some more commercial next to the train station over here, and I'm actually going to fill it in all the way like that. I might actually trim it back a little bit over here so we don't actually have it on this road. So I'll trim it back a little bit there, and I'll do the same thing over there. We'll trim it back a little like this. Actually, let's just take out that completely. Have that section nice and clean. Excellent, there we go. That's it. I'll take that one out, and that's just going to be good. Okay, let's switch this on and see how that goes. Yeah, immediately we're starting to see some movement in there. At the same time, I would like to start getting some housing up in here. So let's fill out this area with a bit of lower density. So is our service road working? Yeah, immediately we're seeing some action on the service road, which I am liking. Okay, but we'll get, this section is going to get pretty busy pretty soon. Okay, all of that is starting to happen. I do, however, I think these blocks are fairly small. What I do want to do is actually build a bit of a pedestrian bridge across, but we'll get to doing that. How are we looking for some services over here? We've got some medical facilities. We've got, yeah, we could probably add something like this over here. So let me add one right there. Police. Closest police station is over there, so I'm thinking a smaller kind of police station over here would not be a bad idea. So let's pop in something over there. I want to grab a fire department. Again, I'll go with a bit of a smaller one in this area. Yeah, it'll give us a decent coverage right over here. Do I need a medical facility? I've got the clinic is over here. Oh, that's a pharmacy. And that, what is this one? Oh, that's a community pool. So maybe I do need a bit of a medical facility over here. Something small like a doctor's office or something. Yeah, right in there. Perfect. There we go. We've got a few community facilities right over there. They're powered up nicely. There we go. Okay, now schools. Again, what I'll go with is maybe, obviously this is a fairly low density kind of environment, so let's do this asset over here as a school. Ooh, switch that off so we can get them. I kind of actually want it on this side so that we wow, that's not fitting well, is it? Over here, yeah, that's fine. Let's just pop it in over there. So we've got a bit of an elementary school in there too. Now let's do a bit of a pathway through here. link that up. That's going to be pretty good, so people can kind of walk straight through to the other side. I want to do this a similar thing over here, so we don't necessarily want to connect those, but we do want to provide a bit of a... Okay, just turn off the snapping, please, so I can run that in there, and over here, and over there. Good stuff. Yeah, we're getting a fair bit of use through this section, and that'll I guess drop the demand over here. That's very close. We need to sort that out at some point. Okay, so now we've got a bit of a further industrial demand. So what I'll do, I will actually grab the power, link the power across over there, and so I can remove this section and start filling that up. What's happening over there? Something funny. Okay, so now let's add a little bit more industrial in here. Okay, we'll do a bit of that, a bit of that. So I had some comments talking about this whole industrial demand thing that we are seeing. Yes, fair enough, industrial demand is there. The thing that I thought it's kind of interchangeable whether we use industrial demand or whether we use it as office demand. But in the comments, one of you mentioned to me that actually there will always be an industrial demand too, because the level of education will determine that. So you'll always have a certain part of your population that's not well educated and can't work in offices, and they instead need to work in an industrial environment. And that definitely makes sense. I agree. I agree that makes sense. I didn't know actually that's how it works. I mean, it makes sense that it works that way, but I was not sure that is how it works, and I'm still not sure if that is how it works. If anyone knows how exactly the industrial demand works, I would appreciate some feedback on that in the comments. It would be really handy. Okay, all of this is still working well. How's this doing? Yeah, we're getting a lot of freight traffic over here. Going to fill it in, and it's not causing too much blockages. Everybody is getting there. Our traffic on the roundabout is working well. Oh, so I don't know if I actually mentioned that, but I've taken out all the or most of the signals again, and I've only added signals here and there. So this is a very strange arrangement, to be honest. But so these approaches act as roundabout approaches, so they're on yield control, and then that approach and that approach off of the highway is effectively metered. That's what they would call it, as a highway ramp meter instead of just a signal. So what it does is it signals this. No, it does me. It's not a meter because the other approach is also stopped. But the intention is that it is a meter. But maybe more so to allow traffic out of the highway approaches than it is to kind of not get them in here. So yeah, it's kind of a reverse highway ramp meter arrangement, but that's working very well. So as long as we kind of just give these guys some room to get in, then the rest really operates well, no problems whatsoever. Ooh, okay, so sewage is becoming a problem. Let's see, where are we doing another piece of sewage treatment? So let me grab the sewage treatment facility, this one. I'll pop it in there, grab a pipe and hook it up. It should work. Yeah, so this should do well. That working. Yeah, our sewage treatment ability is good. So all of these guys should now be fine again. Yeah, so we've got the service road running over here, which is good stuff. This demand is filled up quite nicely. That's looking good. People are complaining that it's a bit noisy over here. Yeah, you're living in the city, so that's why you are seeing that. I'm liking the emergency vehicles making use of the bus lanes, huh? And they're going around. Oh, I like it. I like it when it actually works the way it does in reality. It's really good. What's going on over here? Let me have a look. grab my little station, and what I want to do is I just want to get, oh, not bus, train, I just want to get rid of that. Perfect, got rid of that. I think that was the other line that was kind of messing things up a little bit over there. Okay, is this getting busy? No, this is all still working well. All of that is working well. What's happening on this side of things? Everything is working well over here. Manageable demand over here. Manageable demand too. So yeah, I think the 2 trains on this is probably pretty decent. Oh, is this train full? No, it's not full. That one? I feel that they left some people behind. Anyway, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so what else do we need? Now we've got still some more requirements for... What is that? It looked very red over there. Some more commercial requirements. So what I'll do is I am actually going to fill in the commercial demand on here. In my mind, with the railway in between, a bit of commercial demand is exactly what we need. Ooh, and what I'll do is I'll trim that back a little bit so I don't have it all the way up to that, because that will get pretty busy. I'm also going to leave it open over here a little bit, so that will kind of fill in that section quite nicely. I might also do the same on the other side. Okay, so what we'll do is we will run a similar operation on this side over here. So they can fill that in, start to fill that in quite well. I still have a further demand for, I did add the, what's going on over here? What are you saying? Too few services. So what services would you like to have over here? A doctor's office. Shall we give you a bit of a doctor's office over here? Is that gonna solve your major issues a little? Yeah, let's do that. So let's get them a doctor's office. Police station. Yeah, fine. Let's pop on a police station on this side. And then I think we should have, actually not great over here. So let's see, what can we do? Let's pop in a firehouse somewhere like that, right? So we get a few services in there. Now these guys should be happier. Hopefully they'll upgrade. I'm also kind of wondering whether we don't put in some kind of park arrangement. Wow, they're all upgrading big time now. Now they're looking for workers. So we'll see our residential demand is popping up, and these guys are also upgrading. Let's grab a bit of a park. What is that? A tropical garden. I want to see about doing a little something over here that's gonna help things out a little. So let me do that thing right over there, a tropical garden next to the industrial area. There's at least a little bit of something nice for them over here, but they're really upgrading now. Yeah, that's pretty good. Excellent. So that's boosting our demand a little bit for residential. And again, what I will do is let's actually pop in a bit of a park over here somewhere. So a dog park. Yeah, so the dog park has got a pretty wide reach though. So, but let me pop it in right over there. And then what I'll do is I'm going to add some residential over here, right? So we're going to fill this in with residential right there, and I've got a bit of a section over there, so residential all the way through there. So once that's hooked up, that should give you some power. Residential is rolling in. I like this is getting to look pretty nice, this piece of rail running at the back of a bit of a commercial strip on both sides. Yeah, that's doing pretty good. And it's just at grade in this section because it's a fairly minor kind of residential area. How's this doing? Getting some demand. What I also think is what would be quite good is if we do a bit of a commercial section over here. Something like that, something like that. Yeah, so here we go. Fill in some, we'll fill in a few plants and things in there. There we go. So that section there is being a little bit of a commercial corner right here at the station. Everybody running by there. Excellent. Looking good. Oh, people are looking for workers. So if you're looking for workers, why are we not getting workers from? Why are we not getting a better demand? Because this is very close to the station. What I'll do is I will actually give this a bit of a high density section right here. Okay, so it'll get a bit of high density in here. So that gives us, because that's very close walking distance to the station, right? So these people are nearby the services. So this is what would be classed a transit-oriented development. Excellent. So we'll get a few more people living here to kind of meet this demand. What I'm probably going to need is yet another high school. So let me grab something. What is that? A community school, small and safe community school. It's an alternative to elementary school. This is the Arts Academy and modern high school. Let's plop a modern high school. Oh, we've got a high school right across the road, but it is full, is it? It is pretty much full. So let's do another high school somewhere over here. So let's go in there, grab us the modern high school that we have. Phoenix High School, modern high school. Oh, that's a very big one. Now we'll rather grab the Phoenix High School right over here. We'll pop it in. Where can we squeeze this in? That's going to be pretty good. So let's squeeze it in over there. Give me my little road segments. So I'm gonna pop that through there so these guys can actually walk to school. Everybody living here can walk to the high school over here. That's going to be good. Excellent. So I've got a high school in the middle of that area, so these people should be pretty happy. They've got a small or a doctor's office and an elementary school over here. Not quite filled up yet, but it will as we fill out the rest of this area. We're seeing a bit more demand. So what I'll do, so what I'm going to do is this middle section is going to be a bit lower density, and I'm going to do high density here and higher density over here in terms of this. So let me run some high density through there. We'll do some nice big high density blocks in this section. We'll do a similar thing over here. Actually, let's fill it up from this side first. So let's do a bit of a section through there and there. Okay, so that's starting to fill up. I'm actually kind of thinking what we need to do is we'll do a little bit more shops in this area right here. Excellent. So we are slowly growing this section of the city. The layout is looking pretty good. We'll need to tie this together somehow. We might see about starting that as a service road a little bit earlier to provide access, better access to this area. The one thing, however, we don't want to do is the last thing we want to do is allow this to be a free flow movement into that once. So maybe we won't do that. Maybe we won't do that. It should be fairly difficult. I'll have to check routing on these guys to see that they're not doing that already through here and through there. And this is getting busy. Yeah, this is very busy through here. Okay, guys, I think that's where I'm going to call it into this episode. So I'm ExactChaos, and this has been Cities Skylines Exactly. We're playing Green Cities. I think this city is shaping up very nicely at the moment. I'm liking the kind of road network shapes and stuff like we're doing over here. It's quite a realistic approach to things. We've got a train station here with some big development around it, and another over there, and another over there, and that's looking very good. Okay, guys, this is it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.